broadcasting from Fintas, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show. LTL, editorial news for November 11th, 2009, continues with, United States, I know you're trying to help out with so much in the Middle East that when the problem came along in Fort Hood, that means the enemy brought back the problem back home. So where your news story is dealing with the lost ones, the soldiers in Fort Hood, 13 dead and many wounded, right there with a lone gunman, of course. Middle East, they got their own problem. Right now, the Red Sea along the Yemen border, the Saudis are having a blockade. And why? Of course, they saying that the Iran Shiites are sending money and arms to the Yemen, you might as well call them militia, because militia is anything that is against, guess what? The policy. With rebellion, with guns, they could use religion, they could use drugs, they could use scams, chaos. So Saudi, which is, they say it's the U.S. ally, but it's of the Sunnis. I get to that in a second. They are blockading it so they won't deliver the guns, the weapons, and the money to Yemen rebels. So here it is. It's always confusion. Really, it was a part of economics for Iran. Their little group was trying to make some money. That's what it was. And maybe to influence the war more. Now, you might hear more from Iran about that, especially from President Ahmadinejad. You don't know what he's going to be doing or what he's going to be saying to get all that stirred up. You see, it was still, even when the U.S. and coordination forces went into Iraq, when you took out the equation, which was Saddam Hussein, then you got to fight for territory, where it was going to be the Sunnis, which was a part of Saddam Hussein, or the Shiites, which the Shiites had a leader who was a most dangerous man in the world too. So you had these two factors, or you might as well say combustible elements. It's just like in America, started in LA or California, well, LA, California, the Blood and the Crips. All of a sudden, it started stretching from that part, central LA to East LA, to all across America. And then to have that, and it deals with just drive-bys, because somebody picked on somebody else, and so they talk to their friends, and then all of a sudden they see that person, they do a drive-by on that person. See, overseas, in the Middle East, there's a whole can of worms. This is dealing with the Shiites and the Sunnis. It's not the Kurds. Really, it was the Kurds in Iraq. They was used as an experiment for chemical gas during the time of Saddam Hussein. If that was a weapon of mass destruction, it wasn't. Weapon of mass destruction today is still, by far, is nuclear missile. From back then with Russia and the United States and others, countries who has it, till today, they still have it. Uranium development plants in Iran, they still had to talk about it. So, the key thing is, going back to the subject of the blockades that is going on, it's all about what Iran was trying to do with their militant group of economics. They were just trying to help out. They had some money, yeah. They was going to give Yemen some money, yeah, to try to help out. But they was trying to generate more money. It's all about that economics. They wasn't trying to do anything else but to stir up more and more trouble. More and more rebellion. They talking about getting back at the government. It is all about money. They was trying to go over the policy by any means necessary. You could say that of a Malcolm X statement. So that's what it was. You know, the Bloods and the Crips were trying to fight for turf. These guys been fighting for years, to centuries of time, and they're not going to change. So that's it. They got their problems. Let them deal with it. Don't try to get involved using your policy, the Western policy. Now, if you start talking about economics and trying to use the way of economics in order to form allyship, that could work, a la China. That could work, make things happen, a la Russia selling submarines down to Venezuela in order to start a war with Colombia. But that's another subject I'll tell later. But the Middle East is, hey, wherever it goes on there, let them have it there. It's too confusing. Don't try to get involved. No Western culture, no nothing. Let them fight it on their own self. Because we got too much problems as it is. And that's why that news story deals with poor soldiers that got killed. And many others got wounded. Because we trying to mess with somebody else's backyard and we didn't clean ours. So, I'll be back with LTL, Editorial News with LTL Conspiracy News.